friends, and welcome to my crafty space. If this is your first time here, my name is Crystal Idunyate, and this is a place where I share my memory keeping projects and processes with all of you. Today I am bringing back out my Allie Edwards Story by the Month kit for January, so the January themed kit, to finish up my week 4 project life. So my goal today is to get as much of this kit used as possible, because after this week is done, whatever is remaining is going to go into my stash. So before I turn the video on, I did go ahead and get all of my journaling done. So that is typed up on these 3 cards. This one actually is not from this kit. This card is actually from the gift story kit. But other than that, all my journaling is ready to go, and I've got a sort of plan of what I'm going to do. But the goal is to get as much of this stuff used as possible. So I'm going to put you guys on fast forward and get to work on this spread, and then I'll come back at the end and we will wrap this up. Okay, so I'm going to get started like I always do by putting everything to the side except for my photos and getting my photos trimmed out. So I print all of my photos here at home. I use Photoshop Creative Cloud as my editing program of choice. And on Photoshop, what I will do is make my photos that are the 3x4 size. I like to put white borders on everything, so I'll put white borders on them, and then I will put 2 of those 3x4 photos on one 4x6 canvas so that they can just print out on this regular sized photo paper. The one that you see up in the top, I did not cut. I didn't cut it in half because that is actually going to go into a 4x6 pocket. Funny thing is I actually had 2 photos that I needed to leave together, but I cut the other one apart, so that's okay. It happens, and it's not a big deal. So this week we had a lot happening, just a lot. And so I decided to utilize more of my 4x6 spots to put additional photos. And 2 of them, I ended up putting 2 of the 3x4 photos in instead of a 4x6 photo. So I am going to place out my journaling cards and my title card. So because I have the photos in the 4x6 spots, the Love This tag looking title card is the only 4x6 journaling card I put on this page. So now I've got it all arranged, and I am going to set them kind of to the side and work on my title card. So I generally like to put my week title and my date stamps onto my title card. But lately, these have been really busy, or they've just been too pretty to cover up. So this one, I will pull out a label sticker. I will take it off of that sticker sheet and try to position it on there. And then I'm going to decide to just forego it because I want to be able to see the tags on that card. And I just felt like this covered up too much of it. So I'm going to set that to the side. I will come back to this card later, and I'm going to decide on a different place to put my title, which you probably guessed it, is going to be that bottom photo. Since the photo is really busy, I can't stamp directly onto it. You wouldn't be able to see it. So I pulled out this label sheet that's got the yellow border labels. They're from Allie Edwards. They're from the One Little Word kit from last year. And I just felt like the yellow popped since it was also in the title card, the tag title card there up at the top. So I'm going to put my week and the week number onto that label. These label stickers are a little bit on the slicker side. So I can't use my favorite black ink, which is the Scrapbook.com premium dye ink. I can't use that because it would be too slippery, and also it would probably like rub off. So instead I pull out my StazOn black ink. My StazOn is a little bit on the dry side. I need to stop at the store and pick up a new one. I just haven't made it to the craft store. recently. So I will use my StazOn. It won't be like perfectly filled in and black, though there are some areas where it's a little bit, I'm trying to think of the word, where it's like, I don't know, it's just not perfect, but that's okay. Sometimes that's okay. But what I will do to help make it more solid when I stamp it is to prime it by inking it up and stamping it on white cardstock, just a scrap piece of white cardstock, a couple of times. And once I get a good impression on the white cardstock, then I will bring it over to the label and stamp it on there. There we go. I could not fit the 04, so a lot of times with the first 10 or I guess 9 weeks of the year, I like to have it, 01, 02, 03. I couldn't fit 04, so I just put a 4. It's okay. It doesn't bother me that much. Actually, it really doesn't bother me at all. But that's why I pulled out the 0 earlier, is I wanted to see if I could fit both numbers on there. So now I've got that, and I'm going to start putting it on my photo and then realize, let me decide what I want to do with my date stamps. So I grabbed this black sheet, which was from the same sticker collection, the same label sticker collection from last year's One Little Word Kit. And I'm going to stamp my dates onto that square one right now it's at the top, in the top corner of the label sheet. Again, I'm going to use StazOn because I want it to stay on the label. I don't want it to rub off. But date stamping is especially hard. I feel like I always slip a little bit with date stamps. So you can still see it. It looks totally fine, but it did slip just a tiny bit. So now I'm going to debate if I want to put that label at the top. Oh, you know what? Right here, it didn't get this, the best impression. So I just went and grabbed a Sharpie pen and filled in the sections that didn't stamp out correctly. And you can't even tell. A lot of times that's what I'll do if my date stamp isn't perfect. Anyway, so then I'll decide to put it right here underneath the label. So now I've got my week title and my date stamping right there on that bottom photo. And I really like it. It looks super good. So maybe it was a good thing that it didn't fit up at the top. Okay, now I'm going to pull everything over. I'm going to set it all on the page protector so I can get an idea of how I want to embellish this. I like to have everything out in front of me so that I can just place things around the whole thing, the whole spread, and then pull off the pictures or the journaling cards individually and stick the things on it. But it just helps me make sure that the spread as a whole feels balanced. So while I am going through embellishments and all of this, let me tell you about my pictures this week. So underneath the Love This card there, I've got a picture of 2 books, and then under that a picture of my son. We took a trip to the library on Thursday. The library stays open late on Thursdays, and my daughter dances in the building right next door. So it works for us to go and hang out at the library after her dance lesson. So she picked up a book and I picked up a book, and we just got some fun photos. Then the pictures of my husband and his brother, I had my brother-in-law come over so I could take pictures of them for a twin spread that I wanted to do using the family kit. So we went outside and I had them take some pictures, and we brought some props that was, kind of representative of them. And they were just goofy and fun, and it was really cute. So that's what those photos are. The one at the very top of my daughter, and then the one at the very top of the next side of the spread where my son is in the picture, and there's a star pattern on the floor. That's from a birthday party that we went to. Our neighbor had his birthday, and we went to this indoor playscape area. It was so cool. Definitely something we need to take the kids back to again because we had a blast. Then the photo up at the top again, is like a from where I stand photo of me at bowling on Friday. So those are my bowling shoes and being on the, I don't know, the floor getting ready to bowl. And I have a orange and black bowling ball. It's really cool. So it was just that. And then all of the other pictures are from Sunday. We went to the zoo. We have made a goal to go to the zoo once a month this year. We've been zoo members for a couple of years now, and we've never made it all 12 months. So this year, that is our bucket list. Our major bucket list item is to make it to the zoo every month of the year. So we went on Sunday and got to see a lot of really cool animals. Some things are more active in the colder months, or some things are in like, what do I want to say, like their houses where you can go visit them in their houses. So a lot of times in the winter, you actually get to see the animals like more up close or more active, and it's really cool. So I'm glad we made it. And that is pretty much my photos. This card right here, like, I don't know, it really stumped me on what do I do, because I really liked it, but I wanted to add something to it just to jazz it up, because everything else has something on it too. So I pulled out like puffy hearts and tried that. I pulled out, I forget what else I pulled out, but I pulled out these tiny word stickers or phrase stickers, and a few of them were really good for this week. So I decided to put them on the tags underneath the word this from Love This. And it worked out really nicely, and it let me use up some of those stickers. So it was good. Two birds with one stone. What else am I going to do? So once I get this card wrapped up here, I am going to stick down a bunch of my stuff, but also I am going to add some journaling tags some labels to the picture of me with the bowling ball and the picture of Izzy from the birthday party. I just thought that they needed something a little bit more than the half circle chipboard, and it also gave me some extra area to journal. I usually don't include a lot of my handwriting in my scrapbooking because, I don't know, it's not that it's bad. I actually like my handwriting, but sometimes it just looks a little kiddish, versus like, a polished type font. So most of the time I opt for a typewriter font, and I'll either put that on using my computer or put it on using my We Are Memory Keepers typewriter. But it's harder to do that with these labels, so I hand wrote on the labels my journaling for those photos. So that one was just talking about going to the party, and then the other one that I will put on will be talking about bowling and how I didn't expect to do good this week because I've been having a really rough year. My season has not been going very well, but I actually had a pretty good night on Friday. Like I think I bowled the best out of our whole group, and that's a rare occasion indeed. It didn't used to be rare, but it is now. So there was a long chipboard that said saying goodbye and saying hello. So I took that chipboard and I actually cut it into pieces. So I've got one that says saying goodbye, and then I cut off the word and then I have the other one that says saying hello. So the one that says saying hello, I put on the picture of my daughter holding up her stuffed animal giraffe to the live giraffe. Like they were saying hello to the giraffe. And the one that says saying goodbye, I put on this journaling card. Now this journaling card that came from the gift story kit, there's no picture that goes with the journaling card. It's just a space to put some thoughts. So last week, I guess it wouldn't have been last week. It would have been the end of week 3. My husband's uncle passed really unexpectedly. Like, he was super young, and he has 3 young boys, you know, who are the same ages, you know, around the same ages as Aaron and I, who all have little kids. So he passed away unexpectedly, and Monday was the funeral. So that card right there that says, "Thank you for the gifts you have brought to my life," is just a little spot of journaling about him, about his uncle, and a place to say, you know, that we loved him, that Aaron has so many good memories with him, and that we will miss him. And, you know, just, it's a place for us to say, you know, a small goodbye, and to remember him when we flip through these albums in years to come. So that chipboard piece was partially perfect. The saying goodbye worked, but, you know, saying hello didn't really work. So that's why I cut that piece apart. So now I'm just going to put everything in the pockets, because it is basically done and ready to go. And yeah, this week was pretty easy, pretty quick for me. I stuck to the kit. I used up a lot of the components, which I will show you here in just a little bit what I've got left. And it felt really good to keep it simple, and then just to get everything done and documented and in the pockets. So yeah, I like how this one came out this week. All right, let's go and wrap this up. All right, you guys, so this spread is officially done. I kept this one really simple just because I wanted to get it done fairly quickly, and I just didn't want to take too much time making decisions. So what I thought I would do, besides show you the completed spread, is show you what I have left from this kit, because I'm really proud of myself. I used so much of this kit. So I have 1 card left, which this is a really good card. So I feel like I'll put this in my stash, and I will definitely be able to use this another time. So I have 1 card. I was able to use the entire thing of chipboard, the stamp set, which obviously doesn't go anywhere, and then some of these tiny word stickers. Well, actually quite a few of the tiny word stickers, but these can be used on various projects as well. So that's it. That is all I have left from this whole entire kit, which is awesome. So now this can go in my stash, and my week 4 is officially done. I can go take photographs of it and get this wrapped up. So thank you guys for being here and hanging out with me while I put this spread together. I had a lot of fun with it. And yeah, until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.